All right, good morning, everyone. If you've been watching my videos lately, you know that some questions are coming up or different things each morning. And it's quite fascinating, actually, how it comes. But anyways, it's almost a statement today. It is a statement today. The statement that came this morning is, it's time. The question that I asked is, it's time for what? So I heard do a reading. So I know that this is for you and myself. You'll pick your pile. We'll see what happens with me. Sometimes I do a reading after I do one for you guys. For myself, sometimes I see a message for myself within the reading, so it's kind of cool. Anyways, so this is, it's time. Let's find out what it's time for. I'm going to open the energy and let you pick your decks. Okay, here we go. All right, if you haven't picked your deck yet, pause the video and do so, but I'm going to get started with the first deck and find out what it's time for my group number 1. So to you, for you, from you, group 1. What is it time for? They want me to go get a different deck. We're going to use the tarot, but we're going to use an oracle deck today. Let me find the deck that they're guiding me to. The Spirit Messages deck. Let's see. What do they want to tell us with the Spirit Messages deck? Okay, here we go. It's time for new beginnings. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving, and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have courage and faith, because right now, life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction. Okay, it's time for new beginnings for you. Another card fell out, but I heard to wait until after we've done the tarot for that one. But it's time for new beginnings. Okay, I just saw the Fool card, but the new beginnings card kind of wanted to come out. So it's definitely time for new beginnings, right? And they want you to be fearless like that Fool, starting a new adventure, a new journey. All right, they showed me that card very clearly. I'm sure you saw it show itself. All right, what are we doing here? I hear we're cutting the deck. It's time for new beginnings. Oh, we're going to see what the new beginnings are about. Okay, first card. All right, you see the potential of this new beginning, but you still have doubts and fears. So they want to talk to you about those doubts and fears. Okay. They are telling you your hard work will pay off. Stop having these doubts and fears, okay? You've put the work in. You haven't just prayed or wished or asked for, your ship to come in. You are willing your ship to come in. You are manifesting it. You've done the work. It will pay off, okay? Put the past behind you, okay? Put the past behind you. Move forward into the light. Take what you've learned with you, but leave the rest behind, and all the doubts and fears, leave it behind, okay? That's what they want to say to you. All right. You are the magician. You are the king of wands. You are a master manifester. You have willed your ship to come in, okay? You are a master manifester. It's time for this new beginning, okay? As this master manifester. There is no competition. There is no power struggle in your world now, okay? That's the new beginning. This is the new way, okay? No competition, no power struggle. It doesn't manifest for you anymore. Look at that, the Queen of Cups and the Empress, okay? So the Queen of Cups, that nurturing divine mother, unconditional love, energy, that divine receiver, the Empress, the master manifester, the female master manifester, creative, fertile, the birther. Oh, we have the master creator and the master birther of the creation here together. Okay, wow. And there's no competition between the two. There's no power struggle between the two. That's beautiful. Divine masculine creator, divine feminine receiver and birther of the creation, working together in unity with no separation, no power struggle, no competition. That is the new way that you have willed into the new beginning for you, that you've willed into your life. That's, wow. Yeah. They don't want me to, that's it. That's perfect. Yeah, okay. They're gonna, oh, it's time for this card. Okay. But wow, what an amazing message. Okay. This is the new beginning. This is the new way. All right. And look at that. Be proud. It's time to celebrate all that you've achieved, all that you are, and all that you will become. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and to be proud. They want you to be proud of this. You have had your fears, that you saw the potential in yourself, okay, in the universe, in all, in unity consciousness, okay, but you had fears and doubts. You've overcome them. You've done the work to overcome those fears and doubts, okay? That's what I'm hearing. You've done the work to overcome those fears and doubts. Whatever is left of your fears and doubts, let them go, leave them in the past. Take what you've learned and move forward into the light, okay? Your hard work will pay off. Everything that you've done to now will pay off. You are now the magician, the king of wands, the divine creator. You are the Queen of Cups, which is the nurturer, unconditional loving divine mother, and the Empress, which is the divine receiver and birther of the creations, okay? And there's no power struggle between either. They are working, there's no competition. They are working in tandem. They are working in unity. You are in unity consciousness. And you have blended, like the Temperance card asks you to do, the energies of both. And this is your new beginning, okay? Have courage and faith, okay? Don't be afraid. Don't have doubts. Have courage and faith, because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you into a new direction. And be proud. It's time to celebrate all that you've achieved, all that you are, and all that you will become. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and to be proud. What a beautiful message. I just saw 717. That's important for you guys. What an amazing message. I hope that this resonates with you, and that's it. They say that's it for you guys. Go and have an amazing day. All right. 737 for my pile number 2s, okay? Important number for you. Very cool message for the first one. Let's see what we got for you guys. Oh, yes. They're reminding me. So this is how they want to do it today. First, we start with a spirit message. So it's time. What is it time for you guys? Pile number 2, to you, for you, from you. What is it time for? Okay. We have 2 cards, okay? This is the first one that popped out, so this is what it's time for. Soul power. Always remember you're a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at command whenever you need it. Okay, unbelievable message, right? It's time for you to recognize your soul power. For you to recognize your soul is your true essence, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. Beautiful. That's what it's time for my pile number 2s. Okay. Now, let's see what this one says. All right. Yeah. It's a 6-card spread. I'm cutting the cards, and then we're just going to do the 6 cards, okay? So, which way is it? I'm doubting myself, so we're just going to see. Is it this way? No, it is. Okay, I brought it out this way. It's this way. Okay. All right. Okay, do the first row. Okay, interesting. They're all in reverse. Are they all meant to be in reverse? Okay, why are they all in reverse? Interesting. Okay, and they want me to get this book. This book has, this deck and this book for interpretations and just have some very interesting things about the reversals. So that's why we're using it today. I found it really interesting. Different interpretations that they want to bring to us. Okay. So, remember, it's time for you to recognize that you're a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. So, what they're telling you with the King of Wands in reverse is that you might have some obsessive, compulsive, or anxious behaviors, okay? You may feel inclined to control what is around you and to compensate for things outside of your control. This card may indicate fear of commitment, okay? So this is telling me, yeah, it's time for you to recognize your soul power and to let go of this fear of commitment, to let go of the need to control whatever's around you, and to fear what's outside of your control, okay? You need to recognize your soul power. It's not about control and not control, but your soul power gives you the power to create the life you want, create the experiences you want, and etc. So anything that you are experiencing, you are creating, okay? You need to recognize that. So you're already in charge of it. So you don't need to control it the way that you've been doing, I guess, okay? So it's time for you to let go of that need to control, okay? The next card, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So what are they telling you with that? We're using this deck. Okay, there's been some financial stress or maybe some excessive spending, okay? Maybe that's why you're feeling out of control. It may indicate that you or someone you care about, you care for is experiencing these issues, okay? It's you. In a different context, this card can represent a greedy or stingy individual who's selfish with their money. So you may be experiencing some stress and feeling a little out of control because maybe you spent on something recently that you think you shouldn't have, and now you're obsessing over that, and you're doing whatever. Don't. You created this. You're in charge of your life. You and remember, your soul is your true essence, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. So if you need to create more financial flow, to feel good about whatever's purchase you've made recently, whatever, and stop obsessing over it and stop trying to feeling out of control about it, just do that. Tap into your soul power to do that, okay? The Seven of Wands in reverse. Interesting. Okay, let's go to that one. The Seven of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so this says, this indicates, symbolizes giving up or surrendering in the face of hardships. This card may indicate that you are being too defensive, trying to control everything. You may not actively be taking your loved one's concerns for you into consideration. Okay, so this is, yeah. You might be defensive about this stuff that's going on here, okay? You might be defensive about it, so you might be having some struggles around that. So let's see what the next row brings. Ah, interesting. Still all in reverse. Interesting. Why are they all in reverse? I've never had a reading that's all in reverse, so I'm just double checking. Yep, they're meant to be all in reverse. Okay, keep reading the cards. Okay, the Seven of Swords in reverse. Let's find out what that is about. Okay, so the Seven of Swords has to do with coming clean with things that we're not proud of, okay? You may find yourself in a situation where your existence is being taken advantage of. Interesting. Interesting. You might feel like someone convinced you to spend too much or to do too much or something. This spending could be, it doesn't have to be financial. It could be about your time, your energy, whatever. So you might be feeling taken advantage of and feeling out of control, okay? But they're trying to remind you, your soul power, you're not at the mercy of others. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, so it's time that you recognize you're not at the mercy of others. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, now they want me to go out to the Nine of Cups in reverse again. Okay. Nine of Cups in reverse indicates that low self-esteem or lack of achievement has led to your dreams becoming unfulfilled. You may be lacking motivation to move forward or follow through with even the most basic of tasks simply out of fear. And this lack of esteem is because you're feeling taken advantage of, you're feeling controlled by others, you're feeling like you have no power over your life, like others are convincing you to do things you don't want to do, spend time, money, energy, whatever it is, on things that maybe aren't what you want. Okay, so you're focused on your yeah, your low self-esteem and your lack of achievement has led you for your dreams to becoming unfulfilled. It's time for you to recognize your soul power so that your dreams, you can recognize that you can make your dreams come true. Okay, so now they want me to go on to the Tower card, right? The Tower card. Here we go, but it's in reverse, of course, because this reading is all in reverse, which means something. That's really interesting. That's it's like a reverse reading. In reverse, the Tower represents transformation in all forms. Spiritual awakenings are commonplace when this card is pulled. This card may also indicate that you are resisting change and divine destruction in favor of stability. Okay, so yeah, so this card says allow the change. Okay, allow the change. So because what happens when we don't allow change and we want to just keep the stability that they're saying here, so you might be tempted to stay in this place of being taken advantage of in your point of view and doing for others and spending time, energy, money, whatever on others, on what's important to others versus what's important to you. You might be tempted to stay there because it's comfortable, right? It's your status quo, and not start to exercise your soul power. But it's going to become more and more uncomfortable for you to do that. Okay, the universe is nudging you toward owning your soul power, recognizing your soul power, and using your soul power. And so this change is coming, so you can allow the change, and this will bring an awakening, and it will bring like it won't have to be dramatic and traumatic. If you resist the change, it'll be dramatic and traumatic. It'll have to, well, how did this deck put it? It'll be divine destruction in favor, so it'll bring in divine destruction in order to usher the change into your life. So if you are willing to allow the change, it'll be much smoother for you. Okay, so it says, allow this change. Always remember your soul. You are a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have the unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it, okay? There's something in the book for this one, too, that they want me to read for you because it's part of the message that's going to help you accept this change that's coming for you, where you're taking charge of your life and you're using your soul power, and you're not going to feel taken advantage of or like you're spending your time, money, and energy is how it comes on what's important to others instead of what's important to you. Okay, so this is really important that you allow this change. It's time for this change. Okay, for you, it's time. It's time for you to see your soul power, to be your soul power, to use your soul power, to create the life that you want, to fulfill your dreams. Okay, you drew this card to be reminded of how powerful you are as a soul. Your outside physical world right now might be hectic, and you may be pulling away from what your soul is trying to help you with at this time. The answers you seek may not be forthcoming from the outside world, but wise wisdom and guidance can be found within. Your soul will often try to get your attention through your dreams or those little synchronistic intuitive nudges. When you feel these, close your eyes, breathe calmly and deeply, and ask your soul for guidance with any situation you're experiencing at this moment in time. You may see a picture or a symbol, or you may even experience a feeling or hear a whisper in your mind. Trust what you receive. Even if the answer is not immediate, your soul will know how to guide you at this time. Be open to its wisdom and honor how powerful the real you really is. Okay, there is so much energy. My hand is hovering over this, and there is so much energy right here. Okay, I feel like I'm doing Reiki on you right now, okay, to help you usher in this change. It is time for you to see and be your soul power. That's what keeps coming, okay? It is time. It is time. Okay. I can't move my hand yet. We're doing a little bit of Reiki here. Okay. All right. It is time. There. You've received it. Okay. So we can look at the second message that came out. Same as the first group. Be proud. It's time to celebrate all that you've achieved. It's time. All that you are and all that you will become. Remember, this card said that, low self-esteem or lack of achievement was bringing you down. Well, be proud. You have achieved things, whether you know it or not, or recognize it or not. It's time to recognize, the truth of you, right? And you be proud. Celebrate all that you have achieved. Focus on that. All that you are and all that you will become. The soul power that you are. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and to be proud, okay? So they really want you to do this. All right, it's time. Embrace your soul power. All right, you are not a victim. You are not at the mercy of anyone. You are powerful. That's your message. I hope it resonates. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. And just be it. 2121. I just saw. That's a message for you guys. Okay. Now I can go on to my pile number 3, deck number 3. So what is it time for my deck number 3? We're starting with the the spirit messages today. That's what we are starting with. And then we do some tarot to elaborate. So, to them, for them, from them. What is it time for? Okay, we have it. It jumped right out. It wasn't wasting any time. It's time for you to receive. You are a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others, but now it's time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Just as with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is the natural law and order of the universe. How beautiful is that? It's time for you to receive. Beautiful. Okay. There's something in the book that they want me to read, so there's a little more to this message about receiving. This card is given from Spirit to you at this time because we see the love, strength, and guidance you give to many. But now it's long overdue that you allow others to give back to you. We know and understand that you may struggle in the art of receiving, even though life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. As a soul, you are an energetic being composed of an intelligent source of spiritual energy that guides you on your path toward happiness, prosperity, and well-being. Let others feel the joy in giving to you, the same happiness you feel when you're so generously giving to others. They also need to give back to keep the balance. You might have asked a question on obtaining something in your life, and not accepting or receiving from others could block the flow of abundance in all areas of your life. It may take a little while for you to practice this, but when someone gives to you, just a kind thank you in return is all that is needed. Keep the natural flow going and watch how the universe gives back to you for your highest good. The more you learn to accept and receive, the more blessings in your life will appear. Beautiful. All right. What more do they want to tell you? So we're doing a 6-card spread. Okay. Here's your first 3 cards. Oh, no, it's like this. Okay. The 55 came out together. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. That's really cool what this message is. The 55 is change, right? So it's time to change, and it's time to allow yourself to receive. This says that you've learned from past mistakes and you're ready to move forward, okay, from them. And this is the devil card, but it's in reverse. So if it was upright, it would say that you're focusing too much on material desires and needs, but because it's in reverse, you're not focusing enough. That's the past mistake. You didn't feel you were allowed to receive. You weren't allowed to, you weren't allowed to want, desire material things. The devil's all about desire, right? You weren't allowed to desire things, and therefore you weren't allowed to receive things. You subscribed to that it's better to give than to receive ideology and belief system, and that it's time for that to change. The 55 shows that it's time for that to change. Okay, you've learned, and you're moving on from that. You now know that giving and receiving are equal. Okay, like this card said. All right, so now this is the Queen of Swords. So now that you have this understanding, you can use your logical mind, your intellect, and your willpower. She's very strong-willed to receive. Okay, she's very strategic. She's very ambitious, and she doesn't apologize for it. You're allowed to be ambitious. You're allowed to be strategic. You're allowed to go for it. To want what you want and to go for it. Okay, it's time for you to change and allow yourself to be this person. All right. Not the person who just accepts whatever you're given. You're allowed to decide what you want and go for it, okay? That's what this is saying, all right? Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, because you understand the flow, being in flow. You understand giving and receiving now. You understand that flow, right? So that's, yeah, this is how you're moving into flow, okay? Time for you to be in flow. That's what I'm hearing. It's time. It's time for you. There we go. Look at that. It's time for the sun to shine on you. It's time for you to have stability and clarity around being in flow. It's time for you to shine your light and let the light shine on you. It's time. This is a fulfillment card. This is a wish fulfillment card. This is a, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. It's time for all of that for you. Okay, there we go. We have that, and it's time for you to enjoy life, to enjoy, to have the means to be able to, have spontaneous moments of joy with friends and family that you love, and etc. It's time for you to enjoy your life and to receive. 3. This is joy, abundance, and love, unity. Trinity, it's time. Yeah, beautiful. So they have one last spirit message for you. But it's time for you to receive. That's very clear. It's time for you to move past this belief system of it's better to give than to receive, and to remember that it's equal, and that is being in flow. And it's time for you to let yourself desire what you desire and to go after it. It's time for, for the sun to shine on you, okay, and for you to shine back. It's time for you to have this joy, the joy of receiving love in your life, okay, not just giving it, but receiving it back, okay? That's what it's time for you. Here we go. This is the last message. Stay connected. We are all born connected to spirit, often known as the divine source. Yet many of us have a tendency to pull away from that connection as we journey through life in the physical world. Now it is an important time to reconnect to the source. Okay, so it's an important time to reconnect to the source and allow yourself to receive from source. Okay, now we're just going to go to the book and see what else it has to say about this. And that'll be your message. Okay, this card signifies that you're possibly overreaching and striving too hard in the material world for things that will make you feel good, or that you're looking for specific answers. Okay, yes, this is, as you do this, as you allow yourself to know what you want in the material world and go for it and receive it, make sure that you're staying connected to the, we don't want you to go too far one way and just be focused on the material world. Okay, that's the warning that this card has when it's upright. So that's what this card is saying. Stay connected. Don't get, as you start to receive all the material things that you want and desire in the physical world, remember that it's not just about the physical wants and needs either, right? The physical wants and needs that you receive come from understanding that you're in flow and understanding how to shine your light and receive the light back, okay? okay? How to give love and receive love back, which you do, okay? But they just want to say, don't, you're beautiful. Don't get too focused on the material. Remember, stay balanced, stay in flow, okay? Okay, so when you're constantly reaching outward to achieve and acquire more and more, it's easy to slip further away from the spark, your life force, and your soul may wander off its original track. While we're all born connected to spirit, the divine source, we have a tendency to pull away from what was once natural. When we become disconnected from spirit, the source that once nourished us will be replaced with another source or substitute, such as food, alcohol, nicotine, codependency on someone, or even work. Hence the term workaholic. Many of us spend our lives trying to fill the void that was created when the link to the divine was broken. This card is your wake-up call. It's time to pull back from the stresses and strains of daily life and seek out that inner place of silence, calmness, and peace. Meditation will help you connect to the source once again and provide you with the opportunity to step back and view your current life from the eyes of your soul. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they want to make sure that you realize that as you open to receiving and open to knowing what you want and being willing to go for it, that you don't get on that grind, okay? That grind of just, that treadmill of pursuing things in the physical world, because it could be quite exciting at first, right? Like if you start to receive, your physical world desires, the material world desires, you could get addicted to that. It's really easy, right? And you can move further away from your spiritual self. So they want you to stay connected, remind you to stay connected. Remember everything that you've learned, okay? All the emotional, spiritual lessons that you've learned here, okay? They want you to stay connected to the divine source because that is key, okay? So just a little reminder there, okay? I know we're all excited about receiving our heart's desires, which manifest as our material desires as well. And by material, I don't just mean physical, like, objects. I mean love. I mean physical relationships. I mean, this stuff as well, right? So, but remember that it's all part of, this cycle of life, this cycle of giving and receiving, this flow, being in flow. And, if you go too far into the physical aspects of it, you pull yourself out of flow. So they want you to stay connected, stay in flow, okay? Yeah, I'm seeing the two hands here and the two hands here. It's just, it's an image that they're using to stay connected, right? Stay in that flow. But it's time for you to receive, okay? That's what they wanted to tell you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope you go have a beautiful day, and I hope this helped you in some way. Bye-bye.